Every app you use ships its own 130 megabyte copy of Chromium. Deno just made that look idiotic. Opening Slack eats 800 megabytes of RAM before you've read a single message. VS Code, Discord, Figma, same story. If Deno's new feature actually works, what happens to the 3 most popular desktop frameworks on Earth? We're not answering that yet. Electron launched in 2013 with a pitch so simple it was almost offensive. Web developers already know HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, so let them ship desktop apps. No native UI toolkit, no platform-specific build pipeline. Just wrap your web app in a browser shell and call it an app. And it worked. But the cost is grotesque. Your actual app logic might be 50 megabytes. The bundled Chromium engine is 130. Node adds 30 more. You're looking at 300 megabytes minimum. 200 to 800 megabytes of RAM at idle. A 1 to 3 second startup penalty. For an app whose logic might fit in a single file. Tori came along to fix this. Instead of bundling Chromium, it uses the OS's own built-in webview. Tiny binaries, fast startup. But the developer experience has always been attacks. Rust backend, platform-specific gotchas, limited node ecosystem, serious configuration overhead. So developers kept picking Electron, because Electron was easy, even if it was fat. This is where Deno steps in, and the pitch is almost infuriatingly simple. One command, Deno desktop dot, and your existing web project becomes a native desktop app. The full feature set launched in Canary on June 17th, and it addresses every real complaint with existing frameworks, small by default. The backend uses the OS's own webview. You're not shipping Chromium. You're shipping a binary that uses the webview already on your user's machine. But you still get the entire NPM ecosystem through Deno's node compatibility layer, all the packages you're already using. But when you actually need identical rendering across every platform, you can opt in to the bundled CEF backend. You pay the Chromium tax only when you choose to. Point Deno desktop at a Next.js, Astro, Remix, Nuxt, SvelteKit, or SolidStart project, it auto-detects and runs. 0 code changes. Dev server with hot reload under --HMR. Production server in release mode. Your existing web project becomes a desktop app. Cross-compile from one machine. The same build targets macOS, Windows, and Linux. Backends downloaded as needed, not built locally. No GitHub Actions matrix builds. No, does this work on Windows from a Mac questions? That problem is just gone. Auto update ships in the box. Drop a latest.json manifest and BSDiff patches. The runtime polls, applies, and rolls back automatically on failed launches. Electron's update story is a custom implementation per app. Deno just made it a default. Here's the architectural detail that's lighting up Hacker News right now, and this is the part that actually matters. Deno's desktop runtime doesn't use IPC between your app logic and the window. Your TypeScript runs in the same process that opens the web view. The entire application is a single Deno.serve call. Your server starts on a random local port. A native OS window opens pointed at that port. That's it. No serialization cost between logic and UI. Your TypeScript is the backend. Your existing server code is the window, ships as one redistributable binary. Everyone's comparing this to Tori, and it's a fair comparison. OS WebView, small binary, no Chromium. But the difference is real. Tori requires Rust backend logic exposed to the front end via an IPC bridge. Every Tori developer is writing a distributed system in 2 languages. That's real friction. Deno Desktop collapses the architecture entirely. One TypeScript codebase. The same NPM packages you're already using. No language boundary. No IPC design decisions. But here's the honest caveat. This is still Canary. CEF rendering parity with Electron isn't instant. The Windows WebView 2 edge cases that have plagued every Electron alternative, they're not magically gone. Early adopters in the HN thread are already reporting issues with specific frameworks. So if you're on an existing Electron app, don't migrate today. But Deno has a track record. They shipped full Node.js compatibility. They shipped JSR. They shipped Jupyter Notebook support. They finished things. If you're building a new desktop app today as a TypeScript developer, run Deno upgrade Canary, point Deno desktop dot at your existing web project. The failure modes are known and documented. And if you're a framework maintainer, Next.js, Remix, Nuxt, your framework just became a potential desktop app platform with 0 changes to your codebase. That's a positioning opportunity worth thinking about now. So, back to the question we opened with.